Hey everybody, welcome to a very special edition of Live from Mars House. We have a guest from the UK tonight who's a friend of mine named Tiff Lacey. And I found out about Tiff Lacey in 2013. She had a song that I came across called Play Pretend. And I really fell in love with the track and tracked her down, and we became friends on social media. And we've stayed in touch regularly since then. And Tiff has been singing since she was 16. She was a backup singer for a band called Falling Man in the UK. Then she fronted a blues rock band, and then she joined a band called Frankenstein's Baby, which was kind of an indie rock band. And somehow she ended up being this huge figure in the EDM world. Tiff, how did you get into EDM?
Hi Brent, it's lovely to see you. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for asking me to do this interview. To answer your questions, how did I get into EDM? You're right, I was in those bands, rock bands, folk bands, all kinds of bands. I was also writing with someone, and then I moved down to Cornwall. And when I came back, I was at a bit of a loose end and wanting to get back into some kind of music. And so I, through a friend, a work colleague, I got introduced to a producer who asked me to do a session for, I didn't know it was going to be Oakenfold, but basically I did a session, and out of that session, Oakenfold, ATB came out, and various other songs. And of course they say the rest is history, so it sort of started me on the path of a genre I wouldn't really have sort of looked into probably, so it's been quite interesting.
Tiff, you've had songs on international charts. Your single Ecstasy was featured in the film White Chicks. You've worked with several famous DJs, ATB, Oakenfold, German and Russian DJs. What have been your favorite collaborations?
Favourite collabs? I have obviously written an album with Eugene, Zetandel, Eugene as I call him, and of which I'm extremely proud of. And so I think probably he would be first on my list, purely because we seem to have a really good rhythm. We sort of work very well together, and we're sort of in constant sort of conversation with each other, and we are writing our second album. So he probably would be my favourite. I've loved working with Sensorica as well, because his style is really really sensual. There's lots of people. It's difficult to say one person, but I'll go with Eugene. You've got to be loyal to your buddies, haven't you?
How's lockdown in the UK been? I suspect the way you work, it hasn't changed your recording workflow much. Has it changed your process at all?
The lockdown process. It sounds like some kind of John le Carré movie, doesn't it? The lockdown process for me hasn't really been any different, in the sense that I'm always at home because I work at home. I barely ever go out. So sad. So the last 13 years has been a lockdown for me. But I just do the usual. I walk the dog, do the school run, do usual housework stuff, write songs, write books, write other things, paint pictures, make silly videos, make animations. So I'm quite busy, really. It's actually been quite nice because I've just, we've all been at home. It's been a very strange dynamic because we have all been at home. And I think that must be quite awful for a lot of people. But I do worry about the people that are stuck with people they don't really want to be stuck with. People that, kids and adults, are with abusers and stuff. That I do worry about things like that. And the mental health of people must be really hard. So I feel very lucky in that respect. So not much has changed. That's all I can say, really. I'm just really, really busy. It's been really, really proactive for me, so I'm quite glad, quite pleased.
You've released some interesting cover songs, including Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls and the Pina Colada song. Are there any others that I've missed?
don't very often do covers, but the two covers that I've done so far, I just love them, and I hope I haven't ruined them for anybody, but Iris was a big sort of song for me. I really loved Iris. I think Johnny Resnick is a real talent, real brilliant songwriter, and it's just a brilliant song, and I just wanted to sing it. And the opportunity came up with the competition, so I thought I'll just do it anyway. And Pina Colada, I just thought, wow, it's just got to be done. It's one of my favourite songs. It's I just like it because it's got a story, and it's just funny. As for other covers coming up, I have actually done a BTS cover, but whether it sees the light of day, we will have to see. I've sung it in Korean as well, so it might be absolute rubbish, so I'll have to wait and see on that one. And obviously I've just done for you, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, which I hope you like.
What are your desert island albums?
Desert Island disc, that's a really tough question, because if you're on a desert island and you haven't got, the internet, you can't just download something or listen to Spotify or whatever. It's tough if you think you've just got a bag and 3 albums. First album would always have to be Grace by Jeff Buckley. That's just a go-to for anything. Desert Island, The Stars, Hallelujah, and various other things playing in the background. That's all, yeah. Or The Counting Crows, August and Everything Else, I guess. For me, yeah. And I, as you know, I'm a massive, or you probably don't know, I'm a very massive BTS fan, so I couldn't go anywhere without at least 2 or 3 BTS albums. 7, Map of the Soul, the new one as well, B, yeah. So yeah, that's probably all I could fit in my bag, isn't it? Or a David Bowie, Scary Monsters album, maybe. Being greedy now, sorry.
Tiff, have you ever been to the United States, or any favorite spots? Is there anywhere in the United States you'd like to visit?
Ever been to the US? Yes, I have been to the US. I went to the US, oh goodness me, back in the early 90s, probably, when I was very young, about 5 or something. No, I was a young adult. Yeah, I did go to the US. I've been to LA and Las Vegas, flew over the Hoover Dam and the Grand Canyon. Found it quite fascinating. It's very different from here, very different. And I would like to go back again. I'd like to go to see the sequoias. And you've got so much fantastic countryside over there, so I'd really like to go over and have a look at all your big trees, give them a hug. I'd also really love to go to Hawaii. Hawaii's top on my list. But drive down that coastal, the Pacific coast. I'd really like to drive down there. Catch a few waves. I haven't surfed for a long time. Probably just wipe out. But yeah, it sounds like a good thing, doesn't it?
Mars and I are huge Top Gear fans. If you had to hang out with Richard Hammond, Jeremy Clarkson, or James May on a caravan, which would it be?
You asked me a really difficult question in who do I like in Top Gear. If you'd asked me what's my favourite car, or what would be my ideal car, then it would be a Carman Ghia T14 in silver with red leather seats, or a Porsche Targa 911 green metallic frog-like. Not sure about, probably cream interior. But who do I like in Top Gear? I'd have to say Matt LeBlanc. Sorry.
Tiff, we're real excited that you said you'd perform a few songs for us tonight. Could you tell us a little bit about each one before you started?
I have picked 3 songs. The first song is the newest song I've done, which is Lightning. The reason I picked it is because it's out now, and I just thought it'd be quite interesting people to listen to. It was written back in 2016. It's taken quite a while for it to see the light of day, but I'm so pleased that it has, because I do think it's just real, you know, stonker of a song. Aly is a fantastic producer. He probably would be one of my favourites because he's got such a brilliant style, very ethereal, and I just love his work. And Pedro Del Mar is just a great producer, and you know, he's always very supportive and always grateful for that, and I really like his work. So that's Lightning. Lightning is about, well, it's probably quite self-explanatory. It's that feeling you get when you're attracted to somebody, sort of physically and mentally and in every way, and it's like this real rush.
Away from the ground, where the waters meet the shore, wide away hour, underneath the sky, a blanket full of stars. Here is where I wait and lie. Lightning strikes every time you touch me. Thunder roars in my heart. Away from the ground, where the waters meet the shore, while away the hour, underneath the sky, a blanket full of stars. Here is where I wait and lie. Lightning strikes every time you touch me. Thunder roars in my heart. It's frightening the way I feel. I will never be free. You were in the soul for the very start. Away from the sun, as the hour hunts at night.
the next song I chose was Still Here. A bit like me really, I'm still here. The reason being is it's probably not one of the first songs I wrote, but it's one of the songs I sort of relate to, in the sense that I'm quite comfortable how it came out. I wrote it at a time when I was missing a certain somebody, not anybody that you would imagine, and I'd felt really guilty because I hadn't been around and then he'd gone, and it was just it's basically a song for someone that was very, very special. Well, you can probably pick that up from the lyrics, and it's just how you feel when you just really don't feel you've done enough to be with them, and you haven't shown them sort of that you were there, but you were really always there. You're always sort of hanging around, and you're always keeping your eye on them. But it's a tough song to sing sometimes. And so the last song I decided to sing was Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. It's the Judy Garland version. I'm a massive Judy Garland fan. I think she was just amazing, and obviously had so much tragedy. But I just think this song is so topical for now. We're all in this horrible situation, and the line, you know, someday soon we will all be together if the fates allow it, sort of felt really now. I'm very quite emotional. So anyway, I hope I haven't ruined it. I hope you like it.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Once again, as in autumn days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who were dear to us, gather near to us once more. Someday soon we all will be together if the fates allow. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Merry Christmas. Thank you to everyone at Mars House. Thank you, Brent. I hope you, Brent, and your family, and to everyone at Mars House has a wonderful Christmas. Please stay safe and well. I hope in 2021 things will be better for everybody. But thanks again, once again. Have a very, very, very Merry Christmas. And here's to 2021. Yeah. Thanks again. Bye.